Good evening, guys. It's Deniz from Deniz World of Bodybuilding. Today I'm going to talk about Markus Ruhl. Okay, first I want to say you that his real name, okay, the real pronunciation is not Markus Ruhl, but it is Markus Ruhl. Okay, he's from Germany, so in German language you have Ü and you have Ö, and because in English language you don't have that Ü, you just utilize a U, so it's Markus Ruhl. Okay, first thing cleared, because probably you maybe ever wondered yourself what's his real last name like. It's Ruhl, but like I said, in American English you say Ruhl. But forget about that. Okay, I want to tell you a story that happened many years ago when Markus was in his heyday, so to say, probably in the early 2000s, and he was very huge back then. He was a real freak. To this day, he's considered of one of the biggest freaks ever to step on bodybuilding professional stage. So just look at his performance at the Night of Champion back then. These are some gifts, or how to call it, and look at him. He looked amazing. That was his win at the show. And like we all know, Markus Ruhl liked to eat junk food in off season. So in off season he enjoyed to, he loved to enjoy himself with the food, and he didn't want to make some limitation on what he can eat and what he can't eat in off season. So he was always known to be amazingly massive in off season too. Massive, heavy, how you'll call it. So that was just Markus, and we all loved him for that. One day back then, I'm at the gym, and my gym is pretty old too. Back then, the gym I go to was in cooperation with Markus Ruhl's sponsor, supplement sponsor, a German brand. I want to name that brand because it's completely irrelevant, okay? But he was with German brand, sponsored, and our gym was in cooperation with that brand. So it got to happen, and I was probably a very little kid when that happened, or I don't know. But the people at my gym who I talked to told me that, because they were huge fans of him and they saw him in his heyday, and now they're like older people like my dad or something. Okay, but once he made an appearance at our gym, so he trained at our gym, gave a seminar, so on and so on, like a lot of pros do it in the United States, where they make a public training, show a little things, a little workout, something like that, and make a little seminar for the people at the gym and for some fans. A fan meeting, basically meet and greet at the gym. So after that meet and greet, Markus Ruhl, trained with the training partner, which was a classic bodybuilder, and he was one gym member of our gym, of the gym I go to, and he trained with Markus. And after the workout, Markus was obviously very hungry, okay, and he was, like I said, a freak, and he didn't care too much what he eats in off season, so he loved to eat junk food, for example, too. And in the relatively near to the gym, we have a McDonald's. Okay, so I made a little painting. I think it's very professional, obviously. And, I think it's enough to illustrate the situation. So you have to imagine a guy like that, a Markus Ruhl in the early 2000s in Germany, where you basically didn't see any bodybuilder at all, in general life. And then, one of a sudden, in a warm summer day, you see a Markus Ruhl in his heyday with a tank top on, fully, fully pumped up and everything, completely pumped up, going to the McDonald's we had near to the gym, relatively near to the gym. So Markus is here, the gym would be behind that, so you don't see it. It would be not in this direction, it would be in that behind direction. And he was going to go to the McDonald's, obviously. Here was McDonald's, so he had to go and reach a crossing road, and then had to go over it to go to McDonald's. So the crazy thing was, these green things should be cars, Hope you get that. I didn't illustrate that too well, I know. And this is McDonald's, obviously. So when he got to the point that he reached that crossing, some of the car drivers saw him, and he was obviously not involved into bodybuilding and didn't know who he is, but he was so shocked when he saw Markus Ruhl that he got into a freaking car accident. So just by the sheer presence and the look of Markus Ruhl, you know, Markus Ruhl didn't do anything. He was probably very happy to, you know, ended that workout to go to McDonald's and you know, eat fries and burgers and maybe ice. So he was probably even smiling or something, and you know, just going like a normal person, so to say, to McDonald's. And the guy was so shocked just to see a guy like Markus. You know, imagine a guy like that, and you're a normal person who never saw a bodybuilder probably, that he got into a fucking car accident. So that was one Markus Ruhl story, a little one. I hope you liked that one, and I hope Markus enjoyed the meal he got there. Markus was probably like, what the fuck too, and I don't know what was the exact end of that story, but this was basically the story. Okay, so I hope you liked it. Subscribe to my channel. Tell me if you like Markus, or are you a fan of him. Did you like the story? What I can talk about next, that would be very important. You know, write in the comment what I should talk about next. What do you want to hear? Follow me on social media, on Instagram. The link will be in the description. I wish you all the best. Bye.